Holly Willoughby has gone, but speculation is rife surrounding the real reason for her sudden exit from the This Morning show. It's been reported that Holly quit after spending the weekend tearfully discussing the decision with her family and is said to have been secretly considering the move for weeks in the wake of a hostile social media backlash. The media are now even ruminating about whether the results of the internal investigation into the show have something to do with it. The report, which was expected last month, has still to be published, with insiders admitting they believe the results may be damning. An ITV source added, "Alarm bells are ringing at This Morning. Holly's departure is a massive loss and the external review has still not yet seen the light of day. It is raising questions internally about how damaging the findings could be and the impact it could have. Some think it is time for an overhaul, starting right at the top. But isn't it rather odd how the mood has changed? Just the other day, the newspapers were plastered with the chubby face of an alleged kidnapper who apparently drove Holly into hiding, full of fear. Now they are reporting several other reasons for her swift departure. Could it be that the public has seen right through the absurdity of the story? People are waking up. Gone are the days when the wool was easily pulled over our eyes. Blink a hole knew weeks ago that Holly would be leaving before Christmas, and we knew that because we worked out that it was inevitable. The pinnacle of a long and intricate master plan which we believe has been in the making for years. Something big is afoot which has left Holly Willoughby unable to claw her way out of the hole that has been dug for her. However, insiders have claimed Holly decided it was time to quit This Morning because the show wasn't the same after her former co-host Philip Schofield left, but was tipped over the edge by the kidnap plot. Yes, okay then, whatever you say. The insiders said Holly has been considering stepping down from her beloved ITV show since the departure of her former co-host. And those close to Holly, though, have said the decision to go was incredibly difficult. A source said, "There have been a lot of tears over the past few days. Holly spoke with her children and then with her husband Dan and her parents at length. She absolutely loves This Morning and has devoted herself to the show. But recent events have changed everything and Holly has to put her family first." Holly personally told This Morning boss Martin Frizzell and ITV Daytime's managing director Emma Gormley. Both conversations were very emotional. They obviously wanted her to stay, but said they would completely support her decision. ITV have been looking after Holly and have provided a support package to her as well as the offer of counseling if she needs it. Pals said Holly's fallout with her former co-host Philip Schofield, 61, also played a major part. "Oh sorry, we thought it was a blubbery kidnapper. Our mistake." They continued, "This was an incredibly hard decision for Holly, but, in all honesty, she hasn't been truly happy at work since the fallout with Phil. Seeing him hung out to dry has been hard and took its toll. 14 years in any workplace is a long stretch, and she has been considering other opportunities over the summer. The time to leave feels right, albeit under the darkest of circumstances." Another thing we have found very strange is the many references to Richard and Judy. In our recent video The Master Plan, we reported that Philip Schofield's old pal Richard Madeley said that he feels very sorry for the disgraced former presenter and that he had offered his support, saying, "I kept in touch, told him to take it easy and that it'll be all right." The Good Morning Britain and also a former This Morning presenter added that Philip's axe was pretty savage and brutal. Richard said, "We've all been through terrible experiences and the worst ones are the phones that come out of a clear blue sky and you don't see them coming. Politicians say they are only one debate away from a catastrophe and it's the same in our industry." Shortly after his words of wisdom, Richard Madeley announced that he'd gone deaf, saying that he feels like he has a cork in his right ear and that there will be a lot of pardon and what? From him between now and Christmas. To then be mentioned again in Holly Willoughby's final statement in which she announced she'd quit was quite a striking coincidence. Holly paid tribute to Richard and Judy, who hosted the show from its launch in 1998 until 2001, writing, "Richard and Judy said, 'We only look after this show. It will always belong to the viewers.'" Following her announcement and rather quickly, Richard and Judy responded, saying, "We both believe this to be a courageous and wise decision. Holly has been through a great deal recently, very publicly, and her wish to prioritize and protect her family life must take precedence over what is, at the end of the day, only telly. We thought Richard Madeley would be too busy at home tucked up in bed nursing his poorly ear to respond with such lightning speed. So, one question still remains. Who will step into Holly Willoughby's shoes? Ben Shepherd has already announced that viewers will be seeing him more often on the This Morning sofa. Fans have tipped Alison Hammond to take over from Holly as they took to social media to air their views. One reacted, "I reckon Alison and Dermot will replace Holly as Monday to Thursday hosts, as they're next in line of importance after Holly." And a third said, "I have a feeling now that they'll make Alison and Dermot, or Josie and Craig Doyle new permanent presenters of This Morning now that Holly has gone." Apparently Alison is also the current favourite according to the bookies, with Josie Gibson next in the betting at 2-1. So, to conclude, what will Holly Willoughby do next? Well, ITV boss Kevin Lygo might have dropped a hint when he immediately reacted to the news of Holly's departure with a lengthy and scripted statement. Astonishing how he scribbled it down so fast, isn't it? In his carefully worded essay, Kevin seemed to suggest that unfortunately for us, it won't be the last viewers see of her on the channel. He said, "We are sad that Holly is leaving This Morning, but respect her decision, which we know will have been extremely difficult for her to make. Holly is one of the best loved, respected and most accomplished broadcasters in the UK. She has been at the heart of This Morning for the past 14 years, and she is adored by our viewers. Holly has brought her unique brand of warmth, energy, humor and fun to one of the country's most popular daytime shows, and everyone on the program will miss her enormously. She remains a much-loved member of the ITV family and we look forward to continuing to work with her in the future." Oh dear. Have they not learned their lesson yet? With the next series of Dancing on Ice looming, could he be suggesting that we'll only have a break from the grinning Holly Willoughby until January? In August this year, it was reported that Holly's former Ministry of Mayhem co-host Stephen Mulhern had been lined up to replace Philip Schofield as co-presenter of Dancing on Ice alongside Holly. Yet at the time ITV said it had not yet confirmed the news, saying an announcement will be made in due course. Then, in September, Holly Willoughby appeared to confirm that she'll be back for the upcoming series of Dancing on Ice. During an edition of This Morning, boxing legend Ricky Hatton was confirmed as the first celebrity taking to the ice. After Ricky expressed his enthusiasm, Holly said, "I can't wait to see you on the show. But with the ITV inquiry due in December, will a January 2024 return for Holly Willoughby just be too close for comfort? Possibly. With her reputation now in tatters and the public quite rightly, in our opinion, not believing the stories that appear to have been concocted around her exit from This Morning, what will the future really hold for Holly Willoughby? As Blinkerhole believes that this has been planned, we have no doubt that the former Queen Bee will have her next moves home to a T, ready and waiting so that she can sneakily weave her way back into the public's good books, even if it takes her several years. But unfortunately for her, the public have long memories and we aren't quite the tower block traces that ITV incorrectly viewed us as. But could Holly Willoughby pull a rabbit out of the hat at the 11th hour? One that would explain everything that has happened to her, something that will either portray her as a hero or cast out for eternity as a villain. One of the two, in our opinion. Could little old Holly Willoughby have played a bit part in something so big, that one day in the future, generations will look back on 2023 as the year when the center of the world was struck, and changed the course of history, forever? Please like and subscribe for more journeys through the Blinkerhole. For entertainment purposes only. Keep up to date with our latest investigations and hit the join button. If you like what we do, send us a super thanks. Official Blinkerhole merchandise is available in store.